We're rolling. Bad boy. All right. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Thanks so much for tuning in. If you are a returning subscriber, if you're new here, welcome. Thanks for joining us. I'm Shauna. This is Shauna's book journal page. If you're new here, so that you know who I am an author and an editor, as well as a book reviewer, and I do just all the bookish content. So thanks for joining in. So today we are going to be talking about different forms of reading. So not just like novels themselves, which they're on this list, of course, just in different formats. So if you are used to just reading a book by itself, then like just the paperback or hardback physical copy, I wanted to just throw unique things out there to you to give a shot or give a try, and see if anything sticks with you and see if you might find a new way of reading, because that's what we're all about, just as reading as much as we want and as much as possible, and consuming all of the fun content we want to consume. So we'll just jump right into it because I'm floundering here. Okay, so the first thing I wanted to mention is comic books. So I know that when we think about the bookish community, we don't really think about comic books as much, but I want to throw that out there to you guys. I recently got into comics probably in the last year or two, because my husband started taking me to a comic book store and he's like, just give it a try, see if there's anything that you like. And I found a lot of things that I like, and I will give you some of those things that I am loving, and I have been an avid reader of now for the past 2 years. The first one is going to be, so I will say, all of these I have gotten into more of the independent comics, so like the indie comics. Not really so much the superheroes and Marvel, DC, all that. While those are great, I have been gravitating more towards the indie comics. So it's just a little different one to throw out there to you. But the first one that I'm going to recommend that I have absolutely fallen in love with is Something's Killing the Children. This series has been so good. So good. If you are okay with horror and a little bit of gore, this is right up your alley, because what it's about really is something is killing children and they don't know what it is. And we're kind of looking through the kid's perspective at the beginning of it. And then we start to meet this heroine, Erica. She's amazing. I love her. And we start really following her as an assassin to be killing what's killing the children. But you're asking that question, what is killing them? So it's a really great series. We're on close to issue 40 now, if I'm correct. If not, maybe a little bit over. I haven't caught up with the last couple of issues, unfortunately. But this world is really cool. It's written by James Tynion, and I have found that I'm starting to love all of his work. So if you need a recommendation, I give you that one, as well as, this is just kind of like a side one from that one. It's called House of Slaughter. So you start to find out the different factions and different assassination groups, essentially. I'll just give you that a little bit. And so they all are different houses. So you have House of Slaughter, I think there's House of Butcher, and there's a bunch of different houses, House of Cutter. And so each of these are starting to go into the different houses, and you're starting to see, it's kind of a prequel, and then we catch up to where we are in Something's Killing the Children. So you get a little bit of backstory, and then you're kind of starting to catch up in timeline with the main story. So it's really, really cool. It gives you a lot of background knowledge and a lot of insight into the world. Highly recommend it. So those are some that I recommend. The other one I'll recommend is also by James Tynion, because I'm loving him. And it's called Blue Book. The first section essentially that came out is done, but they've started a new one. So I don't know really what they're calling it. It's still called Blue Book, but as far as the different stories. But Blue Book is really cool. I'm really not too much into sci-fi or aliens or anything like that. This one though is about aliens and being abducted. It's really good. It's really cool because it also dives into a lot of conspiracy theories, actual conspiracy theories that people have. So I highly recommend that series as well. If you are looking to get into comics, any of those would be really great. I will say Blue Book is not, from what I remember, it's not gory, but there are some horror thriller elements to it. So just keep that in mind going into it. A lot of the indie comics that I've started reading are kind of in that horror genre, but that's just what I love. But I will say comic books are a great way to also diversify your reading, because you can fly through a bunch of them and you're getting a lot of these stories, and they're so good. I love looking at the artwork. I think they're absolutely fabulous. So definitely give comic books a try. So the next form of reading that I am going to recommend giving a try is graphic novels. So they're very similar, if you're not aware, to comic books. They are like an actual book length story, but it's all like comics that you're reading essentially. So I absolutely love them. My favorite one that I've read recently is called On a Sunbeam, and I will put all of that here. We'll put the pop-up, and I put all the links and stuff down below so you guys can check everything out. But On a Sunbeam is so good. I talk about this in another video, so I will link that video down below if you guys want to check it out. It's so good. I absolutely love it. And graphic novels are a great way also to just, if you want to segue into comics. If you're not quite like, I don't really want to read a comic, but because I want to read something bigger, whatever, I've been there, trust me. But they're just a great way to, again, diversify your reading and change it up a little bit, because you get some really great stories as well as some really beautiful artwork. So definitely check out graphic novels as well. Okay, so the next form of reading is going to be audiobooks. As you should know, if you haven't been watching my channel, if you've been watching my channel, I should say, I love audiobooks and I am a big advocate for them. I think that they are absolutely awesome. Definitely give those a try, especially if you're feeling like you're in a reading slump. I do a whole video where I talk about how to get out of a reading slump, and I will put that video also down below. But getting into audiobooks has been a big game changer for me, because my life gets so busy sometimes and so crazy with all of the extra things that we're doing outside of our normal 9-to-5 jobs, that sometimes it's very hard for me to sit down and actually just like read even a chapter of a book sometimes. I try to do it every night if I can, but even that pace is super slow for me. So audiobooks has been super helpful, because now I listen to them on the way to work and on the way home from work. I always get that wrong. But it helps me to still stay in the reading mindset and still consuming stories, because that's all I really want to do. So it's a different form of getting that information. It still counts as reading. I am saying that. I'm an advocate for that. Audiobooks count as reading, because you are still getting the content, you're still getting the information, you read the book. No, you didn't physically read it, but it still counts. So I'm just going to say that. So definitely give audiobooks a try. The apps that I use are... what are the apps I use? So I use my friend's, Jordan, her Audible account. I do pay also for another audiobook app, and it's called Scribed. Well, it's called Everand now. They changed the name. Used to be Scribed, but it's now Everand. And that is a monthly subscription as well. I think it's like $10 or $12 a month. So between the two of them, because Audible is with Amazon, they both have a huge collection of audiobooks to choose from. So you really can't go wrong with either of them. If you are unable to pay for any subscription, completely understand. I have totally been there. The ones that I will recommend are Hoopla and Libby. So both of those apps are fantastic. All you need is to go to your local library, the one for your county, wherever you are, or sometimes the city has one, just depends. But check out your local libraries, get a library card from them, and then you can use that library card on these apps and check out an audiobook. Super easy, super helpful. I still have both of them. And anytime I can't find an audiobook, or it's only on Audible and Jordan hasn't used her credit for obviously the books that I want, because why would she? I then check out Libby and Hoopla with my library card. So super helpful, super convenient. Definitely try that out if you are interested at all in getting into audiobooks. The last form of reading that I am going to recommend to you to just change it up now and then is going to be ebooks. So I know this is very similar to just reading a regular book, but I still recommend it. It's a different form of reading. You're not actually holding a physical book in front of you. While I am a big fan of that, and I love, being able to feel the book and smell the book and see how far I've come, like I feel accomplished with that. I absolutely love audiobooks too, because you're able to take them wherever you go. It's on any of your devices. So I have the Kindle app not only on my laptop, but my phone. And now Tony just got me a Kindle for my birthday, so I have been using that as well. Obviously, if you can't afford a Kindle, you can still get the Kindle app. You can download free books every now and then. Also still recommend Hoopla and Libby. I believe they still have ebooks there. And check out your local libraries again, because a lot of them will also have ebooks that you can download and check out. So you'll only get a certain amount of time with it. Obviously, it's just like when you check out a regular book, it's only just going to be in a digital format. So you'll sometimes, like myself, I have been put on a wait list. You might get put on a wait list. But don't be discouraged because it's just because somebody else is reading it. They're going to get it checked back in eventually, and then it will come to you. You'll check it out, you'll have a certain amount of time to read it, and then it will go away from your apps. So whatever your local library is using, usually they'll have an app there, or it will tell you, okay, you can download it from these different formats. So there's different ways of getting it, but definitely check out your local library if you can, if you are wanting to get the free ebooks. There's also Kindle Unlimited if you want to pay for a subscription for something. Kindle Unlimited, I'm finding out, is really great because I've got a 3-month free trial with Kindle, and I'm loving it. I'm downloading all the books now. So it's a different way of reading. Like I said, just change it up a little bit. All right, so that is pretty much it for this video. I just wanted to give you guys different ways of consuming your stories, because that's what we're all about, is just getting all of these stories, gathering them up, loving the characters as much as our friends and family sometimes, even though they're not real. I hope that this helped you guys out. Sometimes these different versions help also if you are in reading slump. Like I said, I'll copy that video down below in the description so you can check it out if you are interested. This is just a way to diversify your reading a little bit. Change it up, try something new. That's what we're all about. But if you haven't already, I would love it if you subscribed and stuck around to my channel so you can see all my bookish content. Hit the bell icon if you want to be notified anytime that I post a new video. If you like the video, please give it a thumbs up. It really, really does help out people's channels when you give it a thumbs up. And comment, share. I would love it if you guys share this with your friends or family. So, but other than that, thanks so much guys for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye. Here's the cat content. This the Lily. This the Lily. Did the good girl. Good girl.